So yes, the market is changing. I am not going to argue with you about that. Is it going to crash like in 2008? Is it going to go to pre-pandemic pricing like in 2020? Well, what is going on? Everyone has an opinion these days. Doesn't matter where you listen to. So stay tuned for my August market update for the Santa Rosa Beach area, 30A area. And you'll be surprised what's going on because I'm comparing data from last month to this month, and I do those every month. Well, hello and welcome to my channel, Sabine with Silver International Realty. And I love where I live and work in Santa Rosa Beach on 30A. We moved to Paradise about 10 years ago, and I just love this area. And like to share everything about it with you. So please subscribe to my channel so that you will never miss another market update or any updates about this beautiful piece of paradise. So just last week, I featured one of my new listings at an agent's tour, and I requested feedback from over 40 agents. And guess what? Everyone had a different opinion. What the price of the home should be. So how do you price a home and what is going on in Santa Rosa Beach? Well, I am going to take a look at how many listings we had last month. We're going to take a look at absorption rate. We're going to look at the average sales price, and we're going to take a real look at some raw data, what is going on in Santa Rosa Beach. So let's dive right in. So for those of you who are very new to my channel and this is your first market update you're watching, I always do a search on all the active listings on 30A. Now 30A, we have Grayton Beach, and we divide 30A to the west end and the east end. And 98 is kind of, that's going to be considered different areas like Point Washington or Santa Rosa Beach. So for this market update video, I always compare the data for 30A East and West End. And as of today, we have 565 listings, active listings, and these are residential listings. So what is interesting that last month when I did it in July, I usually do the recordings around the 20th of each month, we had 564 active listings. So really guys, there's not much difference in the amount of active listings. They have stopped and they're not continuing to go up. Now back in February, just to put things in perspective, we had 171 active listings. Now let's take a quick look at our pending listings. As of today, we have 264 pendings. And guess what? In July, when I did the market update, we had 278. Now here is a small difference. The number of sold listings is 450 in the last 90 days. Now back in February, we had 551 sold listings. And then it kind of held steady in the mid 500s. And now we are at 450. Okay, this is just a little graph overview for you. Those of you who like to look at graphs, you got 44% of active listing, 20% pendings, and 35 sold in the last 35 days. And over here, interestingly enough, you can see the days on market and sold to list ratio by market time. So let's dive into some listings. The highest price listing on 30A on the Gulf is priced right at $25 million. And I saw some beautiful listings on the agent's tour. This one, which is in Grayton Beach. It was a remodeled historical home, absolutely stunning. And I saw another one in Beach Highland, and I'll do a different video on those two because those are both stunning homes. Let's take a look at the lowest price listing on 30A. Let's look at the lowest price listing on 30A. We're still looking at the one on the Top Sale Village. There's 3 right now for sale. And those were pretty much the lowest price listing about 3 months ago, my friends. Running a market summary for 30A West End. So now I'm going to zoom in on 30A West End. because this is kind of where I live, and I always am a little partial to this area and like to study that data a little bit more in detail. What is important to know that the local MLS has the accurate data of sold, and most closings are the end of the month, so like July 30th and 31st. So this is reflecting the data for July, and even though we are now in August, almost in the middle, close to the end of August, I can only show you the raw data for the months of July. So take a look at the data, how it went up. Remember in February when we had only 75 active listings? And then slowly the listing inventory kept going up and up and up. So in July 22, we had 191 active listings on 30A, West End. And I just did a search for what it is today, August the 19th, and we're sitting at 189 active listings. So it's starting to level out. It'll be so interesting to see what happens next month. Are we leveling out, or is it continuing to increase our inventory? Take a look at list prices. List prices have not gone significantly down. They are leveling out. So back in January, February, list prices went up significantly. And when you look at sales price from last year, you almost saw an increase of 34%. And now we are staying steady, but we are not seeing a decrease yet. Absorption rate is continued to go up. We are approaching almost 3 months. That means if all the listings today would stay and we would not get any new listing, it would take 3 months to absorb all those listings currently for the number of buyers in our market. And that is what happened back 5 years ago when I had listings. They were staying on the market a little bit longer. They didn't just go up with multiple offers and selling immediately. Just to take a quick overview of last year, July 2021, our absorption rate was 1 month, 0.48. But remember, we were still at the end of that craziness in the market with COVID, and everybody was trying to buy a piece of paradise on 30A, which is interesting. But look at the average list price. Back in July, when the absorption rate was 1 month and 48, our average list price was $1.6 million, and now we are at $2.1 million, which is really quite high for the West End of 30A. For those of you who are interested in some data surrounding the 30A area, here you can see the difference between the East and the West. There is a difference with average cost per square foot. Look at the percentage of list price to sales price. We did have quite a listings. We had 45 listings who actually withdrew and 51 that expires. That could also have an effect on the current active listings. But it is all about supply and demand. How many people are ready to buy and how much inventory is available. Now look at Bay County. Bay County's average sales price is $550. Crestview $300, Destin $865, Fort Walton right at $400, and Freeport is still continuing to go up. Remember last month, the average sales price was like $440. So in summary, back in February, we had 171 active listings. And now back in July, we have 566. Wow, that is a huge increase. But from last month to this month, I didn't see much change. So have we kind of maybe coming to an end of this fluctuation of listings? Well, I guess we'll have to wait until next month to see if that is continuing. I personally think it is still wise to buy and purchase. And I also think if you need to sell, this is a good time to sell. So, it all depends on your specific needs. But don't get scared by all this frenzy in the market. Talk to your local real estate expert and find out what is going on locally before you make any decisions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe so that you get my next market update and see how the data is changing, shifting, and what is going on. So I hope you really enjoyed it. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, tschüss, until next month.